At the bottom of the ocean floor, I have a feeling that there's so much more. Is this life or thoughts revolving? Somewhere out there deep in outer space, could there be another human face? Is there life or thoughts evolving? Who's to say what we cannot see? Am I you? Are you really me? Are we believing or just perceiving?
Hello there and welcome to Weave Your Web Revived Season 2 Episode 10. I am your host, celebrity psychic Tor James Faulkner. I hope you're doing very, very well. And I wanted to take this opportunity to say a huge thank you. A huge thank you. If I'm counting my fingers and toes correctly, I believe this is the 20th episode of the revived version of the show overall, and of course the 10th episode of Season 2. And I wanted to say a big, huge thank you to everyone who's listened, interacted, sent a message in, voted in a poll. Maybe you've just put an episode on to have a bit of a boogie to the theme tune. Whichever way you've been involved, a big thank you. I absolutely love doing Weave Your Web. I hope that you're enjoying it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and I look forward to doing many more episodes. And this would be a lovely chance to ask you, please keep sending in your psychic questions. Please keep sending in your psychic questions for a free mini reading here on the show. And also, I would really love to hear listener experiences of things to do with Glitch in the Matrix, your paranormal stories, your spooky stories. I really want to have real life listener experiences of those things featured more often in the show. And to do that, to get in touch with the show, to send all your stuff in, there should be information on how to contact the show in and around wherever you are listening to this. But to do it very directly and a little bit basically, go to torjamesfaulkner.com. That's my name.com, torjamesfaulkner.com. There will be a contact page. Click on that, fill in the form, and it comes directly to me. There's no middleman, there's no producer, there's no editor. It comes directly to me. Just make sure that you mark it for the show so that I know it's for the show. And you can use your real name, you can be anonymous, you can give yourself a nickname. And that's it. Please, keep being involved, keep being interactive. Again, thank you so much. I really enjoy hearing from you and interacting. On this episode of Weave Your Web, there will be a psychic news story. I've read the headline and it looks like more of a serious story this time. We will have a Glitch in the Matrix story. Had a few of those the past few episodes and I'm enjoying them. I find it very interesting, so I hope you do too. And we'll have a quick break and then I'll answer a couple of your psychic questions, and we'll have the general angel card energy thingy. I'll get it right one time for the episode. And this episode's story comes from Fox. And the headline, like I say, this is more of a serious one this time. The headline reads, "Fortune teller accused of using psychic services to rob woman at gunpoint in Ruskin." Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Instead of telling fortunes, deputies said 52-year-old Carola Mitchell was using her psychic services as a ploy to rob people of their fortunes, including one woman who was held at gunpoint. Judith could never have predicted what would happen on May 16th. "I hear somebody knock at the door, so I opened the door," Judith said. Mitchell was at the door. asking Judith and her mother-in-law where to buy Mexican food and if she could come inside for a drink of water before offering up her psychic services. She said something about she could read her hand. I said no, I'm not interested in that. Then she started reading my forehead. I was just like, okay, I just ignored her, Judith said. That's when Judith said she went in her room with her baby, leaving Mitchell with her mother-in-law, who opted for a psychic reading. I've got chills, like in a bad way. Moments later, deputies said Mitchell pulled out a gun, held it to the mother-in-law's back, and demanded money. That's just awful, awful. She told her that if she doesn't give her the money, she was going to hurt us, my baby and I. And then she's like, okay. So she gave her the money, Judith said. Deputies said she made off with $12,000 in cash. Oh my God. A neighbour's surveillance camera captured Mitchell in her white Nissan, leaving the mobile home park near 3rd Avenue. We don't need to read the whole address is there, we don't need to do that. Deputies eventually tracked her down. In Mitchell's arrest, it said she told the deputies she drives around Hispanic communities and knocks on doors to offer her fortune-telling and spirit services, which deputies says she uses as a ruse to gain entry into victims' homes to commit robberies or thefts of cash and jewellery. I feel sick to my stomach. It's really scary because my mother-in-law, when she talks about it, she still cries. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. The money is gone, but we're happy that we are okay and nothing happened to us, Judith said. Mitchell is now being charged with kidnapping and armed robbery. Investigators are asking anyone who may have been a victim of Mitchell's to call the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. I'm really disgusted. Really disgusted by this story. When I tell you that I feel sick to my stomach, I'm literally not exaggerating. I feel sick to my stomach. How dare somebody use the ruse of spiritual services, of psychic services, to hurt somebody in such a violent, disgusting way. It's absolutely vile. It's absolutely vile. Knocking on people's doors, essentially, lying to get into the house. And then, offering something spiritual, preying on people's beliefs. Some of her victims probably just, thought, it would be a laugh, a bit of fun to have a psychic reading. But some of these people, they'll really believe in, psychics, and, they'll maybe have readings periodically already. I'm so disgusted that someone would do that in the name of fortune telling. I'm so sorry to this family for going through this. I'm sorry to the other victims. I hope that this lady is punished appropriately. I hope that you all get your money back. And again, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This was such a serious story. Sending lots and lots of love to Judith and her mother-in-law and all the other victims. Moving on to our glitch in the Matrix story, and the headline for this is, "A friend of mine teleported to me twice. Is your friend a Power Ranger? If they are, can I be one too?" And this says, it reads, "I got a story for you. Both my friend and I, let's call her Megan, were fully aware of these instances and both completely shocked when they occurred. We still talk about them to this day. In high school, during a prep rally, I don't know if you all did those, but it was like a day where the grades battled it out for fun in the gym and everyone's energy is high. Maybe energetically this caused the phenomenon. Anyway, all the students were going crazy and the stairs and hallways and lunch table area were packed. I was squashed between kids downstairs and I could see my friend Megan squashed between kids upstairs. It was loud, so I motioned for her to make it down to me. Just then, a giant loogie, gross, comes hurling towards me and hits me on my shoulder. Now I'm sick to my stomach in a completely different way. In an impossible instant, no exaggeration, Megan was by my side. She was pissed. She saw who did it and came down to help me. But when we were together, we both had the realization of, holy shit, how did you get down here so fast? It would have been impossible to make it down here, even if the stairs and halls were empty and weren't packed with kids. We were freaked out. Second time this happened with the same girl, Megan. I was in the bathroom crying. I'm sorry you were crying. Something bad had just happened to me. I'm so sorry. I text her to come. She was far on the other side of the campus. Just when I hear footsteps very near down the hall jogging towards the bathroom, it's her again. We were both freaking out, realizing how fast she came to me. It wasn't just exceptionally fast for a human, it was humanly impossibly fast. And to this day we refer to these instances as teleporting. Don't know if that's the correct term, but we were also in high school, about 13 years ago, before I knew about all the glitches and Mandela effects, etc. I still wonder about those instances, what really happened. She was a very special girl. I wouldn't doubt for a second she has powers of some sort. We lost contact, but here and there when I see her seldom post on social media, she's in another remote country, making me wonder yet again, how the hell did she get all the way over there? That's a really, really interesting story. Not one that I can explain. Not one that I have a remote explanation for. They've added a little bit of extra. They've added a little bit extra here. She continues. We talked about it many times in the past. She has nothing to report other than she literally just was standing there 1 minute and then she was here. It was instantaneous for her. We noticed that both instances were when she was in an emotionally charged state of mind. That's very, very interesting. Yeah, I don't really have an explanation for that. Maybe your friendship was just so strong that when, you needed her, she appeared. Who knows? Maybe she does have powers. I was joking at the start, but maybe she is a Power Ranger. Who knows? Who knows? After the break, I'll be answering some of your psychic questions. See you then.
It's a great big universe. We can't be who came here first. Step aside of your mind. It's so very deep down there. We walk around without a care. Step aside of your time. Is it all an illusion? Dressed up in confusion. Step aside. Step outside.
Welcome back to Weave Your Web, Season 2, Episode 10. You just caught me sipping my coffee. If I sounded startled, that's why. I completely mistimed it with the with the break. Anyway, I'm still your host, Tor James Faulkner, and we have a couple of questions. Our first question is from Krabby Crab. This is like I was saying earlier, you can give yourself a nickname. You can call yourself whatever you like. And Krabby Crab asks, how is V feeling about me? And just a reminder, if you are going to send in a psychic question for the show, make sure it's not super duper urgent, because there's no real schedule for the show. Let's see. How is V feeling about Krabby Crab? Let's see. Krabby Crab, what have you been doing? What have you been doing to V? What is going on here? There's a bit of anger. There's a bit of anger from V towards you. I'm very sorry to say. There's a bit of anger. There's a bit of like, how very dare they? How very dare Krabby Crab behave that way? There's also a lot of passion. And I sometimes think, from the perspective of doing readings, you know, as a psychic for all these years, I sometimes feel like there's a fine line between anger and passion. And that's a little bit of what's going on here with V. V's kind of like, how dare they? How dare they? But also kind of wants to rip your shirt off. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's a lot of passion. There's a bit of anger. There's a lot of thought about you, wondering when you're going to be in touch, when you're going to come around. Are they going to see you again? Because it does seem like there's quite a bit of distance here, Krabby Crab. Have you not been in touch with V so much? And it's kind of like V is ready to kind of make the jump, ready to kind of take the plunge. But Krabby Crab, the ball is very much in your court. They're literally showing me you holding a basketball. So I don't know if you actually play basketball, but the ball is literally in your court. You kind of hold the power in this. You kind of hold the power in this. And it kind of feels like V would sway whichever way the wind goes in terms of you. So if you kind of decide, can't be arsed with V, don't want to be around V anymore, V will be like, okay, that's fine, and be a bit angry, as we see here. But also, if you were very much like, okay, I'm going to go and see V, I'm going to take V out for pizza, I don't know, they're showing me a pizza, and do all the things and all of that, then V would be open to that and appreciate that and very happy to spend time with you. But they're not sitting wiggling their nose at their phone for you either, Krabby Crab. And I hate to say it, I really hate to say it, I hate to call you out like this live on the show. It's kind of your fault. It's your behaviour. It's your behaviour that's got them ticked off, and your behaviour that's got them a little bit either way. You know what I mean? So that's how they feel about you. Our next question is from Nora, and Nora asks, will my son ever be okay? Will my son ever be okay? That must be weighing heavily on your shoulders, Nora. I can feel there's like a tightness in my shoulders as I was reading that. It must feel really, really heavy that your son is not feeling okay. Let's take a little shuffle and see if your son will ever be okay. Let's have a look. And it's really, really nice of you to ask a question there on your son's behalf, and that's something that, you know, that's something that anybody can do. You can ask questions on other people's behalfs if you have their permission, or you're super concerned, like Nora is here too. Okay. You know what? He will be okay. Your son will be okay. I see here your son very likely with the support or the help of you, because it looks like there's a lady here helping him, Nora, takes the steps, gets the help, does the work to be okay. They do all the things that they can to be okay, and that's all I can say about that. That's the sort of metaphorically zipping my mouth. It's like I'm being blocked from going into too many details because I feel like this is very, very personal. Once they take the steps and they do the things to be okay, we have balance coming back into their lives. And they're showing me November, so I feel like it would be, it's November this year, so that's a few months away, and that's a huge chunk of time to really be doing the things to be okay. And they have a lot more balance in their lives, and then we see things being settled. We see home life being more harmonious. We have a lot less tension around just their everyday life, their everyday presence. Their interactions with people are smoother. It really does feel like it's something though where your son kind of has to wake up every morning, or whenever they wake up, and sort of go, okay, today is going to be a good day. I'm going to be okay. Things are going to be great. And really take those steps and keep doing the things to still be okay. But in short, it's a huge yes. It's a huge yes. It's 2 thumbs up. Your son's going to be all right. Let's move along now to the general angel thing. General angel reading for everyone who's listening. And like I always say, if it doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. Don't force it to fit. I'm excited to see what card we get. Ooh, what card do we have for this episode, angels? Let's see. Oh, well, that fell on the floor. Hold on. This is interesting. So the one that fell on the floor is the miracle card. And again, we had this recently. We keep getting cards that we've had relatively recently. So we have the miracle card, but then one also came up, and it was the wisdom card. And it does feel like these two kind of go together. And it's almost a sense of knowledge brings power. There's like a real sense of like knowledge brings power. Making sure we have enough information before accepting something. So it really feels like some of us are going to be offered things. Some of us are going to have contracts coming in. And as this episode goes out, we will just be heading into Mercury retrograde. So if you're hearing this at the tail end of July when it goes out, or perhaps you're hearing this in August 2024, we will be in a Mercury retrograde. So read the contracts thoroughly, back to front. Have somebody else read it. If you can have a legal person read it, please do so, because what we're getting here is knowledge brings power. So if we rush into something without all the knowledge, without reading all the fine print, it might not be as we seem. It might not be as we seem. And we don't want to be signing something where we don't have all the knowledge. We don't want to be signing something where we don't really know what's going on. And it really does look like this is the situation of people being offered things coming in and signing. if it's possible to allow the whole month of August to go by without signing it, do that. Do that. If that's not possible, like I say, make sure everything is read thoroughly. Make sure you've read it back to front to back. Have other people check it. Research things. Research the companies who are sending these things or offering these things. If it's like a move, if it's a house move, make sure that you research the estate agents. And I know this might sound a little bit general, but it's really what's really, really strongly coming through. And that's it. That's the angel message for this episode. Knowledge brings power. Research. Don't sign things right away. Particularly during this Mercury retrograde period. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.
There's a notion that I can't ignore. There is more beyond the garden door. Is this life? Or timelines merging? On a distant moon beyond the Kepler, there's a soulmate who just hasn't met ya. Is this life? Just reaffirming. Who's to say what we cannot see? Am I you? Are you really me? Are we believing? Or just perceiving? It's a great big universe. We can't be who came here first. Step outside.